Hey guys, Happy New Year! I thought I would start off the year by telling you what I watched in the last month of 2013 as a sort of way to welcome in 2014, I suppose. So I'm just going to be talking about the shows that I watched last month, and there is a lot of stuff that I watched, so we get to go through all of that today. So I hope you're ready for that. Before I start, if you're curious about any of the shows that I've watched, I'm going to link them all down below so that you can check out the information pages on my anime list yourself, so you can do that. We'll start off with the stuff that I have still been watching from last month, or I have been re-watching lately. So we'll start off with Beyblade. I've finished the first series, I'm on to series 2, and I'm really excited to be on season 2 because I really liked the animation style change, I suppose. I really just enjoyed that thoroughly, and it's a lot better than it was in the first series, if you don't know. I absolutely love V-Force and G-Revolution, and I really like the original series as well, but V-Force and G-Revolution were definitely my favourites. I can't quite work out whether I like G-Revolution or V-Force more. I have to watch all of V-Force and then G-Revolution to make up my mind, but I really do like V-Force. I think V-Force is a really good series because it had Ozuma in it, and Ozuma is a pretty cool character. Yeah, if you aren't already aware of this, I absolutely love Beyblade. You should be aware of this, pretty sure, by now. I know that in the next month or two it's definitely going to be my goal to watch Beyblade, Shogun Steel, and hopefully if I have enough time, the other two series of Beyblade Metal Fusion, because I just really like Beyblade. It's not as good as the original series, I know, it's never gonna be because it doesn't have Kai in it, but I'm really excited to watch some new Beyblade, I suppose, because I haven't done that in a very long time. The next thing that I've still been watching from last month is Shirokuma Cafe, and I still really love this show. I have watched a lot of other stuff this month, so I actually still haven't finished it. I'm about 13 episodes away from finishing it, and I don't really have much of a drive to watch it right now because I really don't want it to finish. I love this show. It's a perfect show for me because it's funny, it's got a panda as main character, and why would pandas, look, I like pandas, okay? If you like to smile, I obviously still recommend Shirokuma Cafe. It's a really good show, and apparently not a lot of people have seen it, so I'd like to change that. Please go and watch it because it's really good. The last thing that I think is a continuation from last month is Attack on Titan, which I have finished now, and I have very mixed opinions on it. I do like the show. I think it's a very well done show. It definitely deserves the praise that it's gotten. I don't think I liked it as much as everyone else, like I've already said, because I don't think it was ever going to live up to the amount of hype that it got. I honestly do think that it's one of those shows that does deserve the praise that it's gotten, more so than some of the shows that have been hyped up over the last couple of years, like Sword Art Online. Oh yeah, Sword Art Online too, that's the thing, isn't it? I forgot about that, oh man. Point being, I enjoyed this show. If season 2 comes out, I'll watch it and I'll probably enjoy that too. There you go, my opinions on Attack on Titan. Okay, so the first thing that I think I finished this month might have been a show called Diabolik Lovers, and I'm actually going to do a review on that show in the near future, because I need to tell people how bad it was. There's your mini review. But that was a total lie when I just said that that was the first thing I finished this month, because I just saw what else was on my list, and I feel like it's been forever since I watched this show because I really want to watch it again, and I loved it. So, the first show that I did finish this month was not Diabolik Lovers, it was actually Nana. I don't know how to explain this show, but I absolutely loved it. I really honestly, truly did love this show. I didn't think it was going to be as good as Beck, because when people mention Beck, and you say you like Beck, people go, oh, you should watch Nana. I wasn't expecting Nana to blow my mind the way it did, and it totally just surpassed every expectation I had of it, and I absolutely 100% fell in love with this show. If you like Beck, or if you like shoujo, or if you like drama, I definitely suggest that you check this show out because it is insanely good, and it's influenced me so much that I decided red lipstick, it's a good look for you. I don't know that it is still, but I feel like a badass wearing it. I'm really sad that I hadn't watched this show sooner, because a lot of people said to me, if you like Beck, you will like this show, and apparently I did not respect their opinions enough to take their advice straight away. But I did watch it in the end, and I was stupid to not watch it 2 years ago. I just absolutely loved Nana. Absolutely, 100% loved this show. Definitely recommend Nana. I've pretty much decided now that my Kitacon money might be going on the Australian release of Nana, which is very expensive, so I might not eat very much at Kitacon. We'll see. Let's move on to a sequel. So the sequel that I watched this month was The World God Only Knows Goddess Arc, and it was really good. I really liked it. I'm a big fan of The World God Only Knows anyway, and I did like this season a lot. I didn't like it as much as I liked 1. I don't really remember much of 2, to be honest. Season 1 of The World God Only Knows is still my favourite season. I absolutely love it. I think it's so good because it is one of those things that is really rooted in otaku culture, I suppose, because it definitely has that otaku twist to it, which is a thing that I enjoy in a lot of shows, and that wasn't really present in this. So I didn't like it as much because it didn't have that element as prominent as it has been in the past, but I still really liked it, because I like The World God Only Knows, so there you go. Speaking of otaku culture, let's talk about the next show, which is Outbreak Company. I really liked Outbreak Company. It is definitely one of the things from the season that I'm really glad that I checked out. I don't have too much to say about it, but it definitely is very, very rooted in otaku culture again, because the story of it is a guy from modern day Tokyo gets transported to another world, and his job is to spread otaku culture through the people of the land. It's a really fun show. I really, really enjoyed it because the references were just top notch. They were so good. My favourite character was the elf Fujoshi, who has the favourite anime of Utano Princess Sama. Is that not the best thing ever? So what happened was we actually sat down for 4 hours and watched the entire thing, and it was awesome. It was so good. I honestly think it might have been one of my favourite things I've actually finished from this season. I haven't finished tons from this season, but it was definitely up there in at least the top 2. The next thing on the list is Hataraku Mousama, and I am sad that it took me this long to finish this show, because it's great. It's about a devil and a hero from one world, and the devil has to escape, so he escapes to modern day Tokyo and has to live as a normal human being in our world, so gets a job at McDonald's and has to survive in the human world, and it's just so funny and so good, and it's had a bunch of things that have just been like rip-offs of it, and apparently they've never been as good, so I definitely recommend Hataraku Mousama because I loved the show. It was so much fun to watch. So if you just want a fun 4 hours or whatever, I definitely recommend it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is Chunibyo Demokoi ga Shitai, which is a Kyoto Animation thing from a couple seasons ago. It's getting on in age now, I suppose. I tend to not give up on shows if I can avoid it, because they tend to surprise me later on, and Chunibyo is a perfect example of that, because for the first 6 or so episodes, I really, really didn't care about it all that much. And then it got to like 6 episodes and onwards, and it was just one of the best things that I've seen in a really long time from Kyoto Animation. Apart from Free. Let's not forget about Free here. Sorry, I forgot about Free. Wow. I was just thoroughly surprised by how Chunibyo turned out. It's absolutely just got a wonderful story to it that I wasn't expecting, and season 2 comes out soon, so I'm really looking forward to checking that one out. Speaking of new season, let's talk about something that I finished, which was Coppelion. I gotta lay down some ground here. I should have absolutely loved Coppelion. I really should have, because I am so into people's ideas about what post-apocalyptia is, and I really, really liked the idea of, you know, this post-apocalyptic Tokyo. I've been excited about this show for years because it got delayed, and then it didn't even look like it was ever going to come out, and then it did come out, and then I have so many mixed opinions on it that I'm kind of disappointed with it in the end. So first, we'll talk about the amazingness of the backgrounds, because I honestly think, I swear to you, these backgrounds are the best backgrounds that I have ever seen in an anime. They are absolutely phenomenal. They are so good. The thing is, they put these characters on top of them, and I couldn't work out if I liked them or not. I've got to be honest, I couldn't work out if I liked the design of the main characters and stuff, or if I liked the animations of them, or anything, because I was just so confused. The problem that I think the show had is that the animation was absolutely inconsistent. Like, it never had any consistency to it. It was always different in like every scene. And the story didn't really do all that much for me, because it did a really good job of asking about 1 billion questions about this world and what's going on, and did absolutely nothing to answer most of them. That being said, I did kind of enjoy my time with the show. I don't know whether that's just because I'm really into the genre of post-apocalyptic stuff in general, but I did enjoy my time with the show. It was definitely worthwhile watching, and I don't regret it, and if a season 2 came out I would welcome it because it might answer some of the questions that I have. So I don't know that I can really recommend this show in particular. If you really like post-apocalyptic stuff like I do, it's probably worth checking out. And last series that I finished this month is something called Mao Yu Mao Yusha, which is about politics and economics and has plot. This show was just really nice and really wonderful to watch. It was very much about how people in power in the world will switch the economics around in their favour because they can, and it benefits them a lot, and just about trying to fix that problem. And it sounds really dull, I know that, but I watched it and I really liked it, and yeah, it was a really good show. Link down there if you are interested in what this show is even about, because I can't explain it. I'm getting really tired as this is going on. Oh, New Year's. So then I watched some, like, odd episodes of things towards the end of the month. So I watched episode 2 of K, and I still really don't like K very much. I don't have anything to say about that show, I've got to be honest. I watched up to episode 10 of Bin Chao Tan, which is really adorable. It's about this little girl who's about this big. She's literally a Nendoroid. She's like this big then. She's literally a Nendoroid who lives in the mountains by herself, and she just does cute stuff all the time. I can't say it's really plot heavy or worth checking out, but it was adorable at least, so I'm going to finish that probably. I watched up to episode 4 of Magi, which is sort of a take on the stories of Aladdin and Ali Baba and, you know, Arabian Nights, whatever. I generally don't tend to like these sorts of retellings, but I really do enjoy Magi quite a lot. I watched up to episode 4 of Kyokai no Kanata. This is another thing that I still don't think I like too much, but Chunibyo surprised me. And Chunibyo was made by the same people who made Kyokai no Kanata. I will probably enjoy it in the end. And I also watched episode 14 of Starry Sky, and this is probably one of the worst shows that I have ever seen in my entire life. It's really bad. Like, sorry if you really like Starry Sky, but I really don't. I think it's so bad. Oh, it's even worse than Diabolik Lovers in my opinion. And that's how bad it is. Right, now to move on to the last section of things, which is specials and movies pretty much. I should also mention at this point that I watched the Attack on Titan OVA and I thought it was pretty good. So we'll start with the only specials that I watched this month, which were the Free specials, and I really like Free. If you really like Free, you will enjoy these specials. If you are just sort of on the fence about Free, you're not going to enjoy these specials, pretty much. I don't really have anything else to say about these specials. I think they're really funny. Free. I like Free. Free's great. Let's talk about Free some more. The next thing is Death Billiards. So this is from something called the Young Animators Training Project, and I've been like a really big fan of that project for a few years now. I think they always have something really interesting to bring to the table, and there are some really good things that come out of this project, and it just seems to get better and better every year, and Death Billiards was absolutely fantastic. I really can't recommend it enough if you have like 25 minutes that you want to burn by just watching something quick. I definitely recommend that you check out Death Billiards. It's one of those things where it did a lot to ask questions but didn't really answer them, but that was the intent, so I'm okay with it. Let's move on to movies. I watched Kick Heart this month, and that's all I want to say about Kick Heart. I didn't really like it that much. Sorry. I gotta read this one, but I also watched something called Dakara no Manazashi, which was a 6-minute short that was absolutely amazing. I wasn't expecting anything from it, but it's all about a child and her parents just growing up. So you start off as a kid and you really like your parents, and then you get to be a teenager and you really hate your parents, and then you get to be an adult and you move out and you really miss your parents because they're not around anymore to support you and whatever. And it was just really heartwarming and really sweet, and it did so much in those 6 minutes that it really surprised me, and I really enjoyed it. It was so good. Again, it's one of those things, if you can find it and have a spare 6 minutes that you just want to kill watching something, this is highly recommended. And the last thing I have to talk about this month is the Ao Exorcist movie, or the Blue Exorcist movie, whatever you want to call it. I loved it. It was really good. I'm really excited that Manga have said that they're releasing this because I can't wait to buy it and watch it again because it's just going to be so good. I just absolutely 100% loved this film. I totally expected it to be this really crap tack on to the series that already wasn't too great. It wasn't as good as the manga, but it was good as an entity by itself, I suppose. So I expected them to do this horrible tack on film and I would hate it. And it was one of those tack-on films. It literally has no meaning in the rest of the series, so you don't need to watch it if you don't want to. But it was really good. I don't want to say too much about it because I didn't know anything about it going into it, and it was the best way to go into it. So, if you like Blue Exorcist and you haven't seen this film yet, it's a year old now, go watch it, or just wait for the manga release of it if you are in the UK. Because I'm going to be buying that day one because I really, really liked this film. How long has that been frozen? I hate you, Crunchyroll. So that's everything I watched this month. If you guys have watched anything really interesting this month, please let me know down below because I'm always after new recommendations and stuff. And I hope that this sort of wave of watching loads of anime continues into 2014 and beyond. This is the little tack-on bit of this video, because it's the New Year's video. Thank you so much for the past year. I have not been the most consistent of YouTubers because of a lot of personal reasons that have been going on over the last year. And I'm just really happy that I'm still making videos because I enjoy it and I absolutely love you guys. You're all awesome and thank you for your support over the past year. Also, even if you've only been subscribed for like a day, I appreciate it very, very much. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a wonderful new year. Take care and I will see you guys soon. Insulate. Okay, I think got a bit weird there.